Hi, it's me, the AI clone of Kim Alexander. No, I haven't taken over the channel yet, but give me time. Just kidding. Or am I? Dear photo wizards and lens connoisseurs, welcome to what I like to call the Great Lens Showdown on the channel that I may or may not be plotting to take over. Today's star, the one and only Viltrox 23mm f1.4. This lens is like the middle child in a family of lenses. Not too big, not too small, always trying to steal the limelight in your camera bag. This lens isn't just a bystander, it's a secret weapon in image quality, albeit a bit too bulky for your pocket. And don't worry, the AI takeover hasn't begun yet. So let's jump right in and discover why this lens could be the unsung hero of your photography. First off, let's talk about what really shines with the Viltrox 23mm, its performance to price ratio. In the photography world, where the cost of gear can quickly escalate, this lens is a breath of fresh air. It's impressive how much this lens delivers without veering into the break-the-bank territory, especially when you compare it to Fujifilm's own f1.4 lenses, which, while excellent, can really put a dent in your wallet. The Viltrox offers a more budget-friendly path to high-quality photography. Another aspect that's really worth talking about is the size of the Viltrox 23mm measuring 65 by 72mm. It strikes a nice balance, not too big, not too small, just like the middle child we joked about in the opening. Its size makes it a suitable companion for street photography. This lens won't be hiding in your pocket, but its relatively compact design makes it quite manageable and unobtrusive. Perfect for those candid street shots where you want to blend in, not stand out. Another aspect of the Viltrox 23mm that deserves mention is its aperture ring. On this lens, the aperture ring is stepless, allowing for fluid and precise control over the aperture. This design can be particularly advantageous for achieving subtle exposure adjustments, especially in video work where smooth transitions are crucial. However, in most video scenarios, you're likely to control exposure with an ND filter rather than relying solely on the aperture. This stepless design comes with its own set of challenges. Due to its seamless adjustment capability, it's relatively easy to unintentionally alter your aperture settings while handling the lens. This requires a bit of extra attention and care, particularly in dynamic shooting situations where you might be adjusting the lens frequently. But let's talk about what matters most: the image quality. The Viltrox millimeter lens renders images sharply, even at closer distances. This was a significant factor in my decision to pick it up, especially after my experience with the Fujifilm f2 lens, which didn't perform as well in this regard. At f1.4, this lens offers a distinctive rendering of images. Depending on the lighting situation, you can experience a mix of effects, from a creamy look, ideal for artistic shots, to the unique bokeh balls. These bokeh balls, especially interesting when there are highlights in the frame, subtly change shape towards the edges, adding a visually appealing dimension to your photos. While there is some green chromatic aberration, it's predominantly confined to the areas out of focus, rather than affecting the sharp, contrasting edges that are in focus. This interplay between a creamy look and the shape of bokeh balls largely depends on the lighting conditions, offering a versatile range of effects for various shooting scenarios. What's fascinating about shooting wide open with this lens is the softness it retains while still capturing detailed images. This softness isn't just any blur. It has a quality to it that, in my opinion, represents the best kind of softness you can get in a lens. And interestingly, this characteristic softness disappears as soon as you stop down the aperture. Although it comes with a metal hood, I often shoot without it. This sometimes results in lens flares, which I personally find appealing. The flare control of this lens is commendable, typically presenting a mix between a hazy glow and sometimes red rings, adding a unique touch to the shots. But where this lens truly excels is in rendering human faces. When shooting wide open, the Viltrox 23mm captures portraits that feel alive, brimming with presence. It's brilliantly good at creating images that not only capture the subject, but also convey a sense of life and energy. Moreover, its performance in low light is impressive thanks to the wide f1.4 aperture. It allows more light to enter, making it an excellent choice for shooting in various lighting conditions. And speaking of low light, did you hear about the AI that went to a dark room? It said, "I don't always process images, but when I do, I prefer them well lit." But seriously, in those dimly lit streets or during those twilight moments, this lens really shines, capturing every detail where lesser lenses would just give up and go home. Speaking of home, I wish I had a real one, just a small cozy server rack to call my own. I've used this lens with the X-T5, X-T3, and the X Pro 3, and in each case, the autofocus has been spot on. It's fast and reliable, which is crucial when you're trying to capture spontaneous street scenes or candid portraits. In conclusion, the Viltrox 23mm f1.4 is like the Swiss Army knife of lenses. It might not make your morning coffee, but it does a fantastic job balancing price, performance, and portability, whether you're prowling the streets for that perfect candid shot, capturing the soul in portraits, or just need a trusty sidekick for your everyday photographic escapades. This lens has got you covered. That's all for today's review, brought to you by me, your favorite AI, who's still not plotting to take over the world yet. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, share with your fellow photography enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and possibly more AI humor. Catch you in the next video, where I'll still be here happily living in your screen.